Dr. O'Connor and I'm here to solve all your teen troubles. From acne to anorexia, from school stress to sexuality, I'm on call to teach you peeps a lesson you will never forget. This week we're focusing on underage drinking and drug abuse. We'll be hearing real life stories and experiences from our guests, and later on we'll be visiting the A&E ward in a working hospital, so stay tuned! According to a teenage alcohol and drug use survey carried out by the Guardian newspaper, since 2005 treatment for teen alcohol misuse had practically doubled by 2009. The average amount of alcohol units consumed by underage drinkers per week was 6 units in 1994, whereas in 2007 this had risen to 13 units per week. This information, found on drinkaware.co.uk, then suggests that this may have risen in recent years. Drunkenness among young people in Britain is twice as frequent as it is among the youths of the United States or France.
Rock and roll!
Okay everybody, I think I've seen enough. Did you know that alcohol is a depressant? It can seriously slow down your brain function and reactions. Also, excessive binging of alcohol makes your liver have to work harder, which can cause long-term damage or disease if you continue to drink heavily. Many diseases are related to alcoholism, such as mouth cancer, heart disease, stomach cancer and liver cirrhosis.
Statistics found on direct.gov under the youth and alcohol category said that in 2010, almost 1 in 10 boys and around 1 in 8 girls aged 15 to 16 have unsafe sex after drinking alcohol, and 1 in 5 girls aged 14 to 15 report that they go further than they wanted to into a sexual experience after drinking.
Right, and you two can stop that! Your sex drives might increase, but your judgment will definitely decrease, so mind out you don't do anything you might regret in the morning. Hello Jodie, so why don't you tell me about your experiences with alcohol?
Well, last year in the summer I was drinking with a few friends on the school field. I had managed to get hold of a bottle of vodka which I had poured into a water bottle. I was drinking it neat. I didn't realise how much I had drank and was inexperienced about the effects of alcohol, as I hadn't really drunk before. It was getting to be cold. I didn't realise I was getting cold straight away, as I later learned that alcohol had affected my reactions on my nervous system. My friends told me I was turning blue, but I didn't listen to them. I was extremely drunk and convinced I was really warm. Eventually some of my older sister's friends who walked by found us and called me an ambulance, as I was suffering from hypothermia. By the time the ambulance arrived, I was being violently sick. After that, I didn't really remember any details of what happened. I was told that when I came home from hospital, my mother had to help clean me off and I had to be supervised while I slept. The next day, the police were around to talk to me about what happened. At school, many rumours went round about me after that night. There were rumours about me sleeping around which aren't true, and also that I had to have my stomach pumped. This wasn't true either. It had a negative impact on my reputation at school, and I found that people were prejudging me from what they had heard.
Thank you Jodie, I'm sure many people will find your story really helpful. So, do any of you know what the most commonly used drug in the UK is at the moment?
Is it cannabis?
Smoking is not the only way to use cannabis, although those that do cause damage to their lungs. Just as those who only smoke cigarettes, cannabis contains chemicals that can damage the lining of the airwaves, as the British Lung Foundation claims that smoking 3 to 4 joints per day causes the same amount of damage as smoking 20 cigarettes per day. Now, I want you to tell me honestly, have any of you ever smoked cannabis? Please raise your hand. I thought so. According to the survey that we did in the sixth form, exactly 50% of the 40 under 18s we asked had tried drugs. So, can anyone tell me about any experiences they've had with drugs? How did it make you feel?
I felt a bit relaxed and sleepy. I really enjoyed it.
I threw up and I cried and I couldn't feel my legs and I'm broken now.
Is it true that cannabis causes problems to your mental health?
Yes, according to the Times online newspaper, the average person's lifetime risk of developing mental illness, schizophrenia, is about 1 in 100. The risk increases to about 1 in 30 in occasional cannabis users and close to 1 in 15 in regular users.
Coming up after the break,
I meet Miranda as she tells me about her experiences with illegal drugs.
I was 13 the first time I tried marijuana, and I was 15 the first time I tried ecstasy.